spy isn't as glamorous as I thought. But it isn't dull.
Well, been a while since we've seen that trailer.
Yeah, it's like a blast from the past.
Yeah. And hey, Joker fan, Will, good to see you. Welcome to another episode of Critique Corner with me, Daniel Parker, and
me, DB Fastbinder.
Yes, and so a little different, obviously tonight because I have my thing of the week, which I'm also doing a little shilling, of course, for Angels Awakening's Second Chance campaign, which is now live. Link is in the chat. So now is the chance to get on this book again if you didn't before. So let's go ahead and let's take you through the tiers here. So featured tier is the book, the main cover of the book, along with the new poster, which is right here.
Very nice.
Yes, it will be 18 by 24, so it's a little bigger than the other poster, but I wanted to make this one a little bit bigger because I'm kind of testing the waters a little bit with larger posters. But yeah, you get that. You get the book and the poster for $35, and of course, digital copy for those of you who, if you live outside of the U.S. and you don't want to pay the shipping, you can always get that. Then, of course, main cover of the book, which I will be doing reprintings of. So don't worry about supplies on that one. But these two right here, the Virgin and the variant cover, I'm not doing reprintings on those. On both of these tiers, I'm limiting them to the first 5 people. So if you didn't get this cover the last time around, you want to get it now, get them now. Now's the chance. Now's the time to do that. And I also have a tier down here where you can get both of them together. So obviously, once again, limited to 5. And then here are the 2 posters. So you got the original bikini poster from the first campaign, 11 by 17, $15 for that. Oh, and the books are all 15. So it's a 32-page story. So slightly cheaper book than what you normally see on a crowdfunding indie comic book. But yeah, so you got the bikini poster here, and you can get this one by itself. As well as the new poster here, and I obviously did that in case people maybe bought the book before and didn't get a poster or want the new poster and don't necessarily want to get another book. So you get one of these here,
right?
Yeah, and as I mentioned before, Virgin cover, variant cover, get that tier together. And then last but not least, you can get the book as well as the bikini poster for $30. And Oh, and the this poster here is 20 because, like I said, it's 18. It's 18 by 24, so it's slightly bigger. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty much everything in the from the almost everything from the first campaign is in here, um, and so
Well, I just ordered my motorcycle poster.
nice. Thank you very much. And so okay, so they got the main cover there, and there's the bikini poster. And the bikini poster and the motorcycle poster were both done by Bogdan. Bogdan Rosea, who's of course the artist on the book.
Also, if you feel like having a poster but not a copy of the main book, if you if you buy the digital copy by itself, it's $10. But if you add it on as an add-on for another tier, it's only $5.
Right.
Like Grabthar's hammer, what a bargain!
Yes. Digital copy of the book, the main cover, and then the two posters are available as add-ons. And so there's the Virgin cover, and then the Carla Tornelli variant cover, which is obviously manga inspired.
My personal favorite being a huge weeb, as we'll discuss later.
Yes. And so, okay, so I got a couple of stretch goals here. So we get to 1,000. Everyone will get a trading card of Jessica, and this was the trading card that was available with the mailing list for Angels Awakening. So we hit that stretch goal. Everyone's going to get that card, and then we get to 2,000. Everyone's going to get a bookmark of Jessica, and if we get to 3,000, who knows?
He'll shave his head.
Maybe not.
But maybe. There are question marks there, so that could be anything.
Yes. It could be anything. But yeah, so that's Angels Awakening second campaign. And as I just heard, all right, we got our, obviously DB, first backer.
Yep.
Yeah. So, get on that. Get on this campaign. You won't. If you, like I said, if you want to, if you didn't get it the first time around, you want it now. This is your chance. And obviously, you can get it right before the campaign for Guardian Angel sets off.
Yep. And also, if you back this, you're helping him troubleshoot his new printing and distribution centers in Florida.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's the shilling I can, all the shilling I can do for right now. And so, DB, take it away.
All right. If I can please have the screen.
Yes.
All right. So my thing of the week was Prehistoric Planet over on Apple TV Plus. This is one I've been looking forward to for a bit, which is kind of funny to me because I happened to buy myself an iPad last month. It came with 3 months of Apple TV Plus. I would have probably paid at least a month's worth to watch this because this is definitely in the style of, well, it's basically the successor to the old Walking with Dinosaurs series and some of those other 3D plus practical effects documentaries. Now, this is produced by Jean Favreau, and I suspect that the technology that went into his Jungle Book and Lion King remakes, which the Lion King remake just sounds awful. Jungle Book I have no opinion on. It's like, okay, fine. If you had to ruin the Lion King so you could get the technology together to make Prehistoric Planet, I guess I understand. And this is a really unique one because, so most of these dinosaur specials, you're going to get, okay, what are the scenes you're always going to get? You're going to get like, oh, the Stegosaurus has to fight off the Allosaurus, and oh, wasn't ancient life just like so bloodthirsty and primitive? This is kind of taking the more like reasonable approach that, oh, these were just big animals, just different types of animals, and let's show them in little vignettes. And that actually really irritated me at first because so I'm not the actually I should say I'm a big fan, a big fan of BBC's Planet Earth, which this is so much of a takeoff of because it was made by the BBC and David Attenborough is even narrating this show. But I don't like watching episodes of Planet Earth because it's kind of like there's not like a through line exactly. It's just like, oh, here's something with a hippo. Hey, here's some footage we got under the sea of some really impressive swordfish. Here's some slow-mo footage of a duck taking off from a lake. We're going to try to we'll have David Attenborough there giving narration so it feels like there's a narrative, but this is just like a really cool effects reel. Which is kind of how this show can be at times. I've seen three and a half of the 4 episodes that are released so far. They've been doing them once a day all week. Which is an interesting strategy, Cotton. We'll see how it pays off.
Yes.
Speaking of interesting strategies, so I asked Daniel this earlier. Anybody in the audience? There's a T-Rex or T-Rex type animal in all 3 of the first 3 episodes. How many animals do you think they are shown killing on screen?
I'm going to say not many.
Creators Outlet still there? Anyone? Bueller? All right. So the answer is some of the baby T-Rexes kill a couple of hatchling sea turtles. Besides that, the adults aren't actually shown killing anything. In episode 3, they actually have a grown T-Rex who has just killed a Triceratops. It's like, yeah, we're here to talk about dinosaur mating. So he's just already killed he's already killed the Triceratops. You know that T-Rexes kill Triceratops. I know that T-Rexes kill Triceratops. It's like how the Batman didn't have the scene in the alleyway with Batman's parents being killed. Like, okay, you know it, I know it, everyone knows it. Let's just move on and show something different.
Yeah.
It's like first episode, I got really annoyed at that whole sort of scatter shot aspect of it because I was used to walking with dinosaurs, where it's like here is a particular ecosystem. We're going to follow this dinosaur as it goes through its life cycle. As opposed to, hey, here's a place that's might be North America. Here's like if I didn't already know these dinosaurs, I would be kind of confused about where we were jumping around to sometimes. So they don't do the best job of saying here on this coastline. What will one day be Europe? Like sometimes you don't even get that. It's like here on these salt flats there are crabs, and this dinosaur loves to eat crabs. Oh, but it has to watch out for this giant toad. It's like, oh, it's Madagascar. Okay, because I happen to know about that giant toad species. Which it's like I would have had to bring that knowledge. It didn't say it was in Madagascar, as far as I could tell. So like now they do have a website where you can go to see all the facts they did. Also, they go in for some heavy speculation, like wrong thing. Like they have these sauropod dinosaurs with the long necks, where they have these air sacs that pop out of their necks what they're trying to display. It's like they're very creative. It is a strong recommend. Just don't go in expecting a continuous story. Also, if you love pterosaurs like I do, this is almost Dinosaur Planet. Like they're in every single episode, multiple species.
Wow.
The first episode, one of the first scenes is they show 4 different species all trying to eat each other. And best pterosaurs ever.
Yeah. So
worthy of the silent P.
Yeah. So would you recommend this for somebody who's not that knowledgeable of dinosaurs?
If you like nature specials in general, this will be interesting.
Okay.
And what they do is it's just like a lot of, there's some hunting scenes, but they have velociraptors but they're kind of like downy, and they almost have proportions like snow leopards, where they have a big floofy tail to help them like balance, which is really neat. But yeah, if you're not big on dinosaurs, it's like I think you'll still enjoy yourself.
Okay. All right.
I mean, you don't have to know a lot about dinosaurs to enjoy a couple of big male sauropods rearing up with their back legs and trying to kill each other for mates.
Yeah. That's
It's
true.
like it's like one of those nature specials with the elephant seals.
Yeah. All right. Onto the show, I guess.
Yes, onto the show proper.
Yes.
So let's talk. We have to talk about Morbius again, which has become the meme of the show, the way that Ryan Johnson was the meme of the last show and
Yes.
Star Trek. So we're not Morbius box office. It made $8,000 yesterday. Now, mind you, it's been 55 days in the theater, but for reference, Doctor Strange in its U.S. opening weekend made more money than its entire cum internationally.
Yeah.
How it's such a big bomb, and it's funny because it came out at a time when people were like, Ghostbusters was good and Spider-Man was good, and James Bond was questionable, but people seem to like it. Who it had legs. People liked watching it for some reason.
Yeah.
Maybe Sony's turned the corner and started making good. No.
No.
The old Sony was still there. The Emoji Movie Sony was still lying underneath.
Yes.
They just had the sense not to try for a streaming service.
Yeah.
So they still actually put effort into their like theatrical releases.
Yes.
And now Morbius has become a meme. You may have seen people online talking about Morb. Like, yes, Morb life. Oh man, Morbius is the greatest movie of all time. People, hey, D Rhino.
Hey, D Rhino.
And it's got to the point where people are even harassing VTubers about this Morb meme, which is where it got to the level where I wanted to bring it up in the show.
Yes. So let me pull that up here.
Also, we won't be doing any more trailer reactions because YouTube absolutely took us out back and gave us the Tanya Harding treatment after we dared to watch the She-Hulk trailer last time.
Yeah. Jeez.
Apparently, you don't have to be monetized to be punished.
Yeah. They'll still get you somehow.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Hopefully everyone will be able to hear it. Here we go.
What is Morb? I keep seeing people say that. What is that? Is this a new meme that I don't know about? What is Morbius? Greatest movie ever. Why is everyone talking about it all of a sudden? Isn't that movie from like the 2000s? I did take a break from the internet for 4 days. Did I miss like everything? Is that what happened? Is that when Morb became a thing in the last 5 days? Okay, I need to. People keep talking about Morb and I feel so out of the loop. Is this what it's like to be old? Finally, I'm feeling my age of 4.5 billion. All it took was a few days off Twitter. Wait, is this real? I can't tell if you're pranking me or not. Fubuki had an interview with the main character of Morbius, Jared Leto. Are you pranking me?
My name is Fubuki Shirakawa. Nice to meet you.
Wow, it's so nice to meet you. You have a wonderful voice. I hope that you sing some music sometime too. You sound great.
Is it real? I thought that something like this happened. Oh. Okay, is that why it's a meme? I feel like I need to. You guys probably haven't watched the movie either, right?
Statistically,
Have
no.
you watched it?
No.
Be honest. Have you actually watched it, or do you just talk about it because it's a
No.
meme? I was gonna say, I feel like I need to watch it now, but then I'm like, well, I probably don't need to watch it. You watched just more billion times. What is this? Can you just attach Morb onto any word you want, and it works?
Good.
Yeah.
Jeez.
now I've seen multiple clips of people ambushing VTubers with Morbius.
Well, we're gonna have to watch this movie at some point.
Do we? I guess.
Well,
I guess.
I mean,
I guess it's out of morbid curiosity or morbosity.
Morbosity, yes. So whenever it hits a streaming service or whatever.
We could do a watch along, like suffer together.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you notice this trend line and how far pathetically below the trend line it is
Yes.
compared to what you'd expect for it after its week opening weekend. Yeah, this thing's a dud.
Yeah.
I'm going to be really curious to see how badly Craven bombs.
Yeah. Yeah, not looking good for Sony Marvel.
Yeah. I mean, at least they have all that Spider-Man money to make up for it.
Yeah.
So this week we decided to, besides VTubers and Morbin, we can only morb so long before we're all morbed out.
Yes.
And yet they keep morbing us back in.
Yeah.
We decided to take a different side of the news. It's like because every week we're kind of adjacent to nobody asked for another Jared Leto film. I mean, his agent did. His agent's got to eat too.
Yeah.
He's in his 50s? I look at him, I think he's much younger than he actually is.
Yeah, that surprised me too. Yeah, because he's been around a long time.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even realize he was the 30 Seconds to Mars guy.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, I think I found out about that like whenever I discovered 30 Seconds to Mars, which was probably like late 2000s, early 2010s.
I think you're the one who told me he was the 30 Seconds to Mars guy, and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know. Well, I didn't know it either until I saw one of their music videos, and I'm like, oh, that's Jared Leto. Jamie Foxx is in his 50s.
What's the old phrase? Black don't crack.
Yeah.
Also, fat don't crack. So got that going for me.
Yeah, me too.
Anyway, so other box office news. It's like Doctor Strange is still slowing down. So, remember when I was like, oh man, I bet $1 billion. No wait, I should probably hedge my bets. 1.1 billion.
Yes.
Shouldn't have hedged my bets.
Yeah.
That's something. Maybe I'll show my preliminary art for Orca Princess at the end of the episode. But we'll press on with the news first because we're professionals. Gosh darn it.
Yes. Yeah.
Professional-ish.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, we're definitely earning our pay.
Yep. Hey, you can't complain about free.
Right.
But anyways, Doctor Strange is slowing down. It may not actually hit that $1 billion mark, which, boy, that tells you a lot about the word of mouth this movie's getting.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, I got distracted by the charts. The charts are so elusive. The trend line is so attractive just to run your mouse along and see how far below it is what it should be.
Yeah.
But we were like, we're doing a different show this week. We're talking about different things. Let's get out of the kind of culture war stuff like, SJW Marvel this, or David Zaslav is cleaning house at Warner Brothers again. It's like, that gets boring after a while. If you're Midnight's Edge and you have industry professionals on, or you have inside exclusives, then it's different. But it's like, hey, guess what happened this week? What? Batman might be bisexual.
Yeah.
Might be. Wait, if Batman was going to be bisexual, wouldn't they be advertising it from the rooftops?
Yeah.
Maybe that was just like a thing in the story that people blew out of proportion because they're so bi shy.
Yes.
Either way, it's like let's look at other things. And Daniel, tell us what happened when you tried to look up anime news.
We couldn't find anything to talk about.
Yeah. Hey, breaking news story. Spy Family is extremely successful. Also, you aren't supposed to say the X in Spy X Family, so it's just Spy Family.
This is special. All right.
Also, Yor is the first adult waifu that the internet has loved for a while. So the FBI agents are going hungry. That's the most exciting thing going on right now.
Yeah.
I kind of understand now why Hero Hey anime drama videos are 2 minutes long.
Yeah.
Because the only way you can generate drama is, hey, some rando on Twitter said that this anime character was objectifying. That's like,
Yeah.
do you have anything else to like? Is it somebody in the industry? No, it's a rando on Twitter who says they are a feminist. Huh. Why do we care what they say? They're stirring up drama. Some people online are saying that Anya is an awful character and needs to die. I mean, they're objectively wrong, but
Yeah.
but it's like, okay, why do I care what some rando on Twitter says? The difference between the anime manga redo healer is much better. Isn't that the one where it's like about unconsensual love revenge?
Yes. Yeah. It basically takes Rising the Shield hero and turns him into a bad guy.
Mm. Well, so to answer your question, D Rhino, it's just really funny and it's sweet. It's just a sincere show, which is funny considering it's about an assassin, a spy, and a little psychic girl who thinks it's really cool.
Yeah.
So technically, it shouldn't be sincere at all because everybody's lying to each other, but it works because it's heartfelt. But it's like I can't point to an account or I can't point to a story where the creator of Spy Family says that if you voted for Donald Trump, then you shouldn't buy his manga.
Yeah.
Or the creator of Viz has announced the all new, all different One Piece. Because you have this insulation because these aren't just characters that are owned by the company. The creators still own the characters, so they can do whatever the heck they want with them.
Yes.
And nobody can step in and go, hey Oda, you sold quite a few copies of One Piece, but we need some. Have you considered having some more LGBT elements? To which Oda would say, actually, I already introduced those ages ago, and they've been a major part of the storyline for years now. It just wasn't outraged because I did it well.
Yes.
The story.
Yeah.
We need some more racial diversity. Oh, you mean like the fact that apparently Luffy is based on as like a Joy Boy, which is like a Caribbean myth?
Okay.
Okay. It's like that. Trying to like culture war in manga and anime is like that one episode of The Simpsons where Lisa shows up wanting to play football. That's right, a girl can play football.
Yeah. Like, we already got two on the team.
We'd love to have you, Lisa. I really only wanted to be here if I could be, if I could be in your face about it. So I think I'll be going, okay, Lisa, we understand.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I mean, manga and anime is one of the most diverse like forms of entertainment you can find. I mean, you got stories of all kinds and all sorts of different different genres and different characters and everything. I mean, there's plenty for people to find without everything having to be so what we have now in Western comics.
Right. And part of it is just how to put it. Part of it is just that whole creator-owned thing. You have to do some give and take with your editors, but to be honest, anime and manga has already been infested. The disease is slowly spreading. I've heard some complaints about the people localizing it, but I haven't seen the content itself of anime change an awful lot.
Yeah, it's been pretty much the same. I mean, I haven't really seen that. I mean, you might occasionally see something, but not to the degree that you're seeing with like Western comics and Western entertainment. I mean, it's you still have a series that with great stories to them. I mean,
Mhm.
like Spy Family, and then you got like My Hero Academia, which is doing really well, and Demon Slayer doing well. I mean,
Yep. And part of it is that even if certain creators in Japan do that, guess what? They aren't the creators that are selling millions of copies.
right.
That's the difference. Is that if in American comics, it's like they choose the least people who are the least interested in superhero stories and go, "Hey, I'm not going to name any names. Hey, person, do you like comics? Well, I liked reading Scott Pilgrim and I like slice of life manga. Great. How would you like to write Batman? You realize I'm going to turn it into like a slice of life manga, right? And they'll just occasionally have to have a fight because you have to have a fight. We're okay with that."
Yeah, it's kind of reminds me of the that Family Guy thing when they were making fun of straight to video Disney movies. Jafar needs glasses. He said the eye doctor. All right, 1 or 2? 1.
Anyway, like so unfortunately, I don't have the patience to become a manga news channel manga and anime news channel, because the only news we'd ever had to tell is, "Hey, this is coming out. So is that. This manga is coming back from hiatus."
Yeah, and there's only so much you can do with that. Then,
Yep. Meanwhile, oh man. Okay, so we've got a collection of stories to morb into. So let's start off with let's start off in the West before we move east, because we didn't find any interesting anime stories. We did find some video game related ones that were kind of amusing.
Yeah.
So first off, NFTs strike again. So, Seth Green bought an NFT of a Bored Ape Yacht Club, and he was going to make an animated show out of his NFT that he made. And so it's like, okay, honestly, a show about a bored monkey, even if you take out the NFT access, that actually sounds like something that Seth Green would love to make.
Yeah.
Considering how much of Robot Chicken turned into jokes about monkeys.
Yeah.
And so, here, to quote, earlier this month, Seth Green was scanned out of 4 NFTs, including a $200,000 Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT, which basically it was fished away from him. And that Bored Ape was meant to star in an upcoming TV show that Green was developing, but because IP rights to the cartoon ape are contingent on owning the NFT, there's an open question as to whether Green can proceed with the sitcom. But the blockchain basically, somebody stole it, and the blockchain says it belongs to the person who stole it. The ledger doesn't lie, so therefore, no ape for NFT, or no ape NFT ape for Seth Green. So his show is not. Oh man! The scammer then sold the NFT 2 hours later to a user named Darkwing84, who paid $268,000 for it. Green, who got fished by trying to buy NFTs from a fake site, has repeatedly tried to get Darkwing84's attention on Twitter, seemingly to no avail.
Oh.
Oh
man.
Yet Green was relaxed at the conference, laughing about the matter alongside VCon host Gary Vaynerchuk.
Yeah.
That's my best guess. He confidently rejected claims on Twitter that the show could no longer move forward. Not true since the art was stolen, he tweeted. A buyer who purchased stolen art with real money and refused to return it is not legally entitled to exploitation usage of the underlying IP. So, yeah, I mean, on the one hand, this picture is pure. You can totally look at this character and just go, okay, this is a Seth Green show.
Yeah.
100%. This is what this is like Seth Green in ape form.
Yes.
On the other hand, if the show doesn't happen, then it's not going to be a huge blow to the culture.
Yeah. As Dean puts it, how sad. Oh well. Anyway.
Yep.
The Jeremy Clarkson meme. Oh no. Anyway.
Yep. So that's all we have to say about apes and NFTs.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Sega's hoping that their new Sonic game is going to get high review scores. So I've mentioned before that I have this long-running, how to put it? I have this long-running love-hate relationship with Sonic, where because of YouTube algorithms have been feeding me stuff about Sonic for ages now, like an obscene amount of time. I remember. Well, you remember my experience when I was talking about watching the Sonic Hedgehog 2 movie and going, God damn it, did I accidentally become a Sonic the Hedgehog lore expert? Just because of watching videos about people complaining about the state of the series.
Yeah. Yes, I remember that.
I could tell you that this is a old song and dance for Sega fans. Or for Sonic fans. Like, oh, hey, I mean, the last game wasn't the best and we kind of rushed it out, but, it's hope springs eternal, right? This won't be another Sonic 06. Sonic Frontiers has caught the eyes of critics and fans due to the fact that the game promises to be Sonic's first attempt at emulating an open world. That's like an immediate warning, because open worlds are very hard to develop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
While Sega still hasn't released too much information regarding the game, it's been made impressively clear that Sonic Team has been trying to make sure the next mainline Sonic game is impressive for fans. However, a recent Q&A meeting with analysts and investors has revealed that Sega isn't just aiming to please fans, but critics as well. So, as I recall, at some point in the late 2000s, Sega did basically a cleanup where they were like, okay, these bad games. D Rhino, if you're not feeling well, man, you are under no obligation to be here.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You are more important than hanging out for a bit. You can catch the replay if you like to.
Yeah. Get some rest, dude.
Yeah. Anyway, excuse me.
Yeah, so late 2000s.
Late 2000s, Sega decided, you know what? If we have a game below a certain Metacritic score, we're going to pull it from digital distribution. What this meant was that I believe the cutoff was 70 points. And Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 narrowly got eliminated by 2 points because apparently it had a 68 on Metacritic somehow. Probably because it was an earlier launch Xbox 360 game, so it's got some positive traits to it a little bit. But so that got cut. But the Sonic Free Riders Connect game, that's the worst game that they ever made. A launch title Connect game. That's a Sonic racing game. That's where you're pretending to ride on a floating skateboard. Yeah, that's going to go well.
Yeah.
That got pulled.
Yeah.
Let's see here. According to Video Games Chronicle, in a recent investors meeting, Sega was asked if it aims to have Sonic Frontiers reach a target score on review aggregation sites. CEO of Sega Sammy, Haruki Satomi, and CFO Koichi Fukuzawa have said that good review scores might lead to Frontiers becoming a must-buy game, and that good review scores might possibly generate synergy with sales. What? people buy well-reviewed games?
Who'd have thunk it?
I know. What did I imagine my shock. At least in the way they're phrasing it, it's like it's just dawned on the Sonic Free Riders. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, it's like it's just dawned on Sega. Duh, good review mean more sales.
Yeah. Oh.
We've been doing it wrong, rushing these games out.
Yeah.
Oh,
hey,
Sega.
hey, Serena.
Hey.
Thank you. Good to see you.
But yeah.
But you would have thought that would be common sense, but
Yeah, you would think, but
yeah.
now the one positive development here is that last year a management meeting revealed that the game was purposefully held back from being released during Sonic's 30th anniversary to ensure there was no compromise in terms of quality. That's actually a really positive note because Sega has this long, stupid history of going, oh, it's an anniversary of Sonic that ends in a 5. We got to rush out whatever game we have so people don't miss that anniversary. That's actually how Sonic 06 happened.
Well, yeah. And it seems like they learned their lesson. Not quite 2 decades.
Yeah, they rushed out Sonic Forces for. I think they tried to rush out Sonic Forces for the 25th anniversary, and that was a massive failure. Just to give you an idea of how big of a massive failure it is, are you familiar with the game Sonic Mania?
Sounds familiar.
So we'll do it live. So Sonic Mania is basically the people who made the. It's the people who. By the way, are you hearing this audio?
No.
Okay, good. So Sonic Mania is basically made by the people who ported the old Sonic games to the different platforms like mobile and other things. And they basically turned them loose and said, hey guys, do whatever you feel like. So they remastered some old levels, made up some new levels, and it was a huge success when it came out. But it was, it's an indie game, so it sells for $20 to this day. It's basically like an in-house indie game. Sonic Forces cost many, many times more to develop because it was a 3D Sonic game. It was like, it's the big plot where Eggman / Dr. Robotnik finally wins. And he takes over the world. And it's so unpopular that today a AAA Sonic release, retails for also $20.
Ooh.
So congratulations, you're worth as much as Sonic Mania.
Yes.
That is an ouch.
Yeah.
So here's hoping that they make this work with the extra development time. And we are the longest time that we've gone without a major Sonic release. Like Sonic Colors Remaster doesn't count.
Yeah.
That was their thing. They rushed out the door for the 30th anniversary. And apparently it was an unplayable mess on Switch for some people to start with.
Oh.
I played with some on my Xbox. I don't think I liked the underlying game. It wasn't like glitchy or anything. But the TLDR version, once again, we're in the part of the Sonic cycle where it's like, hey, there's a new Sonic game. It's time to get excited for the new Sonic game. But before the inevitable other shoe drops in, the horrific underlying problems of the game.
Yeah, wait for it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, what's going to be stupid?
Yes.
We'll keep you posted as the story develops.
Yes.
It has a chance of being my thing of the week at some point.
Yeah. All right. So is this Xbox and PS5 in Japan?
Yes. So the Xbox brand in Japan has basically always been, let's just say, a complete and utter laughingstock. Now, because basically the Xbox launched and it sold so many consoles. Then the 360 launched and it sold fewer consoles, and then the One launched and it sold fewer consoles. But the Series consoles are actually doing pretty decently over there. I mind if you look at the lifetime sales, it's still like 10 times higher for PlayStation 5. 1.3 million over there versus like 200,000 if you combine these two different SKUs here.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking like 20% or less than 20%. But the fact that they outsold them in a month tells you two things. One, PlayStation 5s are still hard to get.
Yeah.
But two, as a Game Pass holder, I can tell you that they're actually doing a pretty decent job getting games that appeal to Japanese sensibilities into Game Pass and things.
Mm.
I've suspected for a while that they don't sell Xboxes in Japan necessarily for the console money, but more just to like encourage local developers. Hey, you can get a pittance of local sales, but then you have a game that we can export to America where the real money is for you.
Yeah. Yeah, and that would be very enticing for a lot of developers. I mean, because let's be honest. I mean, there are a lot of games in Japan right now that we don't have here, and will probably sell very well over here.
Yep, exactly, and vice versa. The interesting thing about Game Pass is that a lot of indie studios report, that basically paid for our dev costs, and all we had to do was release it as a Game Pass option. Where you were forced to only release it on Xbox? No, they're cool.
Yeah.
Like that. That's how I played that Turnip Boy. That was my thing of the week a couple weeks back. But also, just kind of like how manga is perfect for Japanese habits, the Series S console is perfect for Japanese habits. Like, look at this teensy console. This is smaller. Actually, this is about the size of. It's about the size of my old PS2 here. Like
Wow.
this is not a big console at all. This is like the revision when they figured out how to shrink it down during the PS3 era, right before the PS3 era. So like a Series S is about this big, maybe a bit thicker, but not very very easy to fit into a Japanese household.
Yeah.
Also, because the Game Pass has the ability to do cloud game streaming. Well, if I'm a bored salaryman going to work and I have a good phone connection, I can keep playing my Xbox game.
Yeah.
So it's just generally a good fit for the market.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the Japanese market has always fascinated me because it's just because there's a lot of potential there, for because especially entertainment wise, because their entertainment is sometimes it's weird, but a lot of times it's actually pretty solid. And I think be it manga or video games or anime, like I mean that's a connection that needs to be further explored and developed.
Oh, definitely. Now, just in case you're wondering, where does the Switch go here? Lifetime switch between the different models in Japan. I didn't notice this before. Oh, never mind. That's the Switch OLED model. So like they had the let's see here, Switch. Where's okay. Okay. So
regular Switches, yeah.
Regular Switch rules the roost here.
Yeah, 18 million.
Yeah, like we're talking. You combine all of the PlayStation and Xbox ones, and and we're not even in the same ballpark.
Right. Yeah, Nintendo is still king in Japan.
Well, it's funny that Sony really used to be. It seems like the home console market is going down. PC market seems to be going up, which also indirectly benefits the Series S. So because it's like, if I have Game Pass Ultimate, I have games for my game console and my PC, and I can start on one, finish on the other, and bounce around.
Yeah,
I know I do.
Yeah, I do too. When I'm able to play video games and have the time.
Yes, Turnip Boy was perfect because I can finish this over the course of a month in 2-hour spurts here and there.
Mhm.
Like I got Final Fantasy 12 for myself a while back. It's like, I love this game. It's really cool, but I haven't touched it in months because like when you're playing a game and you realize that the game is about to open up.
Mhm.
Like, okay, I'm out of the tutorial area. It's now open up. Okay, I said to myself, I'm going to come back to this when I have time. Time has not happened yet.
Yeah. Yeah, that the same thing happened to me with Cyberpunk. Yeah, I just once you get past like the prologue of it, and once the main story kind of gets going, and then I'm like, okay, all right, I'll get back to that later. And like, nope.
On the plus side, you've probably when you get back to it, there will probably have been a lot of quality of life patches that you can enjoy.
Yeah, well, very true. I can see more of Keanu.
I think the other thing that protects the Japanese market, just to kind of go back to the D Rhino brought up, the other thing that protects the Japanese market, I think, from some of the not fun, I'm not going to even call it wokeism, it's like the not funism,
Mm.
is that while there is politics in Japanese media, well, some of it is just going to sail right over my head, because if it's like, this character who's a corrupt politician is clearly the prime minister so-and-so, just they gave him a different hat.
Yeah.
Like, boy, is that just going to...
Yeah.
But on the flip side, it's like they usually go, oh, well, I mean, I'm not trying to score clout on Twitter by talking about Orange Man or whatever the current thing is. By the way,
Yeah.
let it be stated here and right now that that Daniel Parker and DB Fastbinder always support the current thing.
Yes.
Whatever that current thing is, we support it, and we will die for the importance of the thing.
Yes.
Which thing? The thing.
The thing. Yes. The thing that is so very important that,
Yes.
that we
Every day the thing happens.
Yes.
For the cost of merely a cup of coffee a day, you can join my Patreon and read about my stories, and that'll give me the strength of will to fight the thing.
Yes, and
Either fight or support the thing, I should say.
yes, and for 1 month subscription for 1 month of Netflix, you can either do that. You can either get 1 month of Netflix or buy a copy of Angel's Awakening.
Yes. I was about to say, oh, you mean the digital copy, right? And then I remembered, oh, that's right, Netflix jacked their prices up.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, all kidding aside, you're right. The Japanese market is just interesting to contemplate because clearly they like their games mobile. Like, they were the one place where the PS Vita really caught on.
Mm-hmm.
That the Switch has just been ginormous there, and I noticed that they actually sold a good number of Switch-like consoles here. So that's when I think it's been a relative flop in the U.S. It's funny, just like the little things that happen.
Yeah.
Just because Japan has America has a commuter culture, where Japan has America has a driving culture, Japan has a train culture.
Train culture, yeah.
Like, I sometimes, thankfully I live really close to my job these days. I decided that I would rather pay a higher rent than the gas and time, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I really have had commutes, think about all the time you could get in a little bit of gaming or a little bit of writing or whatever if the car was driving itself for you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that just has immediate consequences for how people consume media.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'm driving, the most I can do is the most I can possibly do and be safe is listen to a podcast or the radio or something.
Right. Yeah, and I was actually going to bring that up. That Japanese, they tend to spend a lot of their time sitting on trains going from point A to point B, and so they got to find something to pass the time, and pull out their Switch, pull out their PS Vita, and
Yep. And Perch, I hadn't realized this. So people have been reading manga on their phones since they were crappy flip phones in Japan.
Really?
Yeah, like they've had services where you could buy individual comics or things like that, going back into the pre-iPhone days. Just because, like, people have been saying, well, it's a black and white medium, So even like a crappy Nokia phone can show that off well enough, and you might have to do some zooming in, but
Yeah.
you can make it work. And if you can make, if there's a medium that people can consume media on, then people are going to find a way to get it on there.
Yeah.
It's like how to this day, objectively, phones are a terrible way to play video games, but because we have it, people figure out ways to make games kind of work on it.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, it's it's be interesting to see how this medium will change going forward, especially like you were talking about self-driving cars. I don't know how close we are to that. I mean, I know I know Elon is working on that, but
Once he's finished either saving or destroying Twitter, I can live with either option.
yes.
It's like, what, if he has to spend $1 billion of his own dollars to completely destroy Twitter by exposing all their nonsense, then Godspeed, Elon.
Yes, indeed.
Or if Space Daddy owns Twitter, then that'll be nice too. I mean, it's either how did the Hulk say it? Or I see this as an absolute win.
I see this as an absolute win. Yeah. Right. We have anything? Any other news to discuss?
You know what? I was considering shilling my news story, but I think I'll wait for that until I get closer to launching on Patreon on the free sites.
All right.
I will, however, provide a small teaser and stop sharing my screen for a moment here.
All right.
Let's see here. Which picture do I want to represent this? Let's go with this one. So people in my Discord have been seeing me post art of this new story that I've been writing, which I'll start releasing on Patreon on July 1st. Guardian of the Orca Princess. This is Bela, the one of the main characters, and she is a cutie.
Yes.
She is actually a sentient orca turned into a human. She is not happy about this.
Yeah.
Thus, there's conflict in this story.
Yes.
It's basically about her being a mammal out of water, adapting to human society, while mysterious forces try to basically capture her for parts.
Ooh.
But that's enough for now. I'll have more to show later.
All right.
Just a taste of the orca.
Just a taste of the orca. Yeah.
It would probably be very salty.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's all the time we have for tonight. Real quick, once again, in case anyone missed it,
buy his book. Buy his book.
Yes, buy my book. Let's see if anybody picked up anything back. No, not yet.
Well, 30 days.
Yeah. Well, yes, you got 30 days. So yeah, buy Angel's Awakening. Link is in the chat, and I'll put the link in the comments section once the video gets uploaded and everything. So,
Expect more shilling until the morale improves.
Yes, indeed. And if you want another more incentive, there's this beautiful poster here.
Yep. I feel like it turned out better than the bikini one personally, so I just grabbed that one for my wall.
Yeah.
So, sadly, my visible wall for the podcast is out of space here, but it'll be there in my heart or my bedroom, whichever.
Yes. But yeah, and if you need more incentive, here's this one, and then here's this one, and
that's a compelling argument. Yes.
Yes, right here. Yeah, right here, and then and here. All right. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. We really appreciate it. hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the bell, all that good stuff, and we will see you all next week.
Yep. Later, guys.
The life of a spy isn't as glamorous as I thought. But it isn't dull.